Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. So, this is for entertainment purposes only, so if you are entertained, please like and subscribe. And the thing that I impulse bought arrived in the mail today, and I couldn't be happier about it. What happened was I was walking in the yard because I was going to take my dog for a walk, and we were going out the side gate. And as we were approaching the fence, and this fence faces the woods, my dog started going ballistic and like jumping up on the fence and barking aggressively. And I could see like the bushes, like the tree, like it, it was moving. There was rustling, and I could hear something really big, just like moving in the woods, right on the other side of my fence. And so I told my dog, we don't need to go for a walk today. And I walked us back into the house and admitted defeat. But then I went on to Amazon and I bought bear spray because, I mean, I have been hearing a lot about the bears around here. My parents actually saw a bear when they drove up to see me this last weekend. And then they saw a bear again when they were leaving, and they were both about a mile away from my house, and my neighbors mentioned how annoying the bear is around him. So I would feel better when I'm walking my dogs if I do have bear spray. It has a holster, it'll attach to my belt. So the only thing more scary than a bear market is encountering a bear in real life. So, and even though my dogs are a breed that were bred to take on bears, I would rather avoid the vet visit if I can. So there's that. Anyways, I also had open enrollment that started this week at work, and they have this cool little tool where they walk you through your choices. And this tool, when we got to the retirement, it was trying so hard to get me to invest more than 6%. And I took screenshots because it amused me. And this is also why I'm not ever going to a financial advisor, at least not anytime soon. Not until I have enough money that I'm actually thinking about retiring early. Because it was very judgmental. It was like, if you just stick to 6% of your pay and get the match, you will only have $2 million at retirement. And that is an income of $7,200. And that's not going to be enough. And I'm like, what are you talking about? First of all, none of my retirement projections have me at $2 million. And that's very generous of you. And then the income, like, that's basically what I'm taking now, home now. So, if it's the same pay that I'm earning now, and it's $1 million more, I don't see the problem with putting in the minimum when I am aiming to retire early. And also, I have $20,000 of credit card debt that it's still in its promotional period, so I'm not in a hurry to pay it off right now. But I'm going to pay it off over the summer because it needs to get paid before I pay interest on it. So this upcoming year, and because of my mortgage on my condo, I can't seem to sell. Like, there's a limit to the money, and I'm trying to retire early. So doing 15% and doing 18%, even if that means that if I don't do 18%, I don't get $10,000 per month through my retirement accounts, then that is a problem future me is going to have. But I was also listening to Health and Wealth tonight, and he asked, do you have a number? Like, what is your I can quit my job and live off of my dividends number? And I told you all the other day that my coworker really made me angry. And so I created a spreadsheet and it has all my numbers on it. And so I did figure out the other day, and I just cleaned it up a little bit, what would it take for me to be able to retire? And this is more like, because maybe in a year or two, I'll be able to revisit this and the numbers will be more in my favor. But this is more like, if I got laid off tomorrow or fired, could I, cannibalize my retirement accounts and survive right now? Or do I need to, put up with the work drama for more? So if I took everything out of everything, that would be $243,000 that I had. And if it has a 75% yield, I'm good. If I have a 50% yield, I'm good. If it has a 25% yield and I'm extra frugal, then it could possibly work. And the way that I do my budgets are usually a high, medium, and low. The high is like, I have lost my mind and I have spent literally all the things. Low is like, I'm being esoteric and just buying nothing. And like, what is the lowest possible amount that I could possibly spend over the month? And then the medium is what I normally typically spend. So like, medium is the goal. And then like, how can I, if I have a weird month, could I absorb the weird month? And I included health insurance, I included weird farm dog, like my farm request, and my pets and groceries and entertainment. So but if I had only my taxable account and my Roth account, I would have to have a 75% yield. So somehow I feel like this number is wrong. What is this hanging out here? Minus 4,000 plus 56,000. Okay, that's not wrong. Oh, that's the reason why that's not wrong. I'll tell you why. It's because this is the low number. So, anyways, here's the thing. A 50% yield and having to live off of it is probably unrealistic for the long term. Because, well, I mean, VU has like a 1% yield. SCHD has about a 3% yield. This is the JEPI and JEPQ zone where they consistently make just less than 10%. And then 25% is like, if I had a combination of Round Hill and something like SPY T, this could be 25% is very easy to achieve. And I'm assuming that no matter what I do, like no matter what the market conditions, I could probably get a 25% dividend yield with covered calls and the high income ETFs. Now, 50 and 75% sound ridiculous when you say them out loud, and I cannot make a plan that's reliant on me having a 50% yield, because there's only one company that does that. It's YieldMax. And if you start saying defiance, I'm going to say, well, what about dividend traps? Because even if like you have 100% yield, but then your NAV goes down and you have to reinvest, what is your real return? It's, not as much. It'd be like a 30% return, but you're losing your capital and you always have to reinvest. So instead, YieldMax, for the most part, I'm not going to say like they don't go up and down, they don't move with the underlying, because they absolutely do move with the underlying, but they're more careful with the NAV. When the company does well, it will go up, And so there's that. So I guess, oh, and I also did, this is my budget for now, and this is my budget for when I just don't own my condo anymore, when my car is paid off in March 2026, and I'm planning on paying off my trailer here in 2027. So I think for me, the best thing for me would be to stay employed until at least 2028. And if I super had to, I could just raid every single retirement account and make it work, but I wouldn't be happy about it. And I think this does answer his question. I would need at least $10,000 a month to be able to retire comfortably. And the reason for that is because Health and Wealth is Canadian, which means he doesn't have to worry about health insurance. But I do have to worry about health insurance. I have a cursed condo that I will never be able to sell. And I have way too many pets, which, I don't want to be morbid, but we will eventually have less pets, and I will not be acquiring more pets, and just, let the household get down to a reasonable amount of animals in the house, and also on the farm. And so once we can do that, I'll have more control over my pet budget. And yeah, other than that, I really thought that moving out to the countryside, selling my condo, would result in me having a vastly lesser cost of living, but it is a lot less, but I really wish I could be and I only need $1,000 a month on dividends to produce that, and I can definitely live. It's just not the case. So, although once I have sold my house and I've paid off my trailer and I don't have a car payment, I'm really not that far off with 8%. So, at least 2027, Amy, if you could please, just hang in there, please. So, do you have a number? And, what is it? And what is the percent yield that you use when you're doing forecasts? I generally try to be more conservative because it's better to be I'm only making $500 this month and then get $2,000 than the other way around. So, I will talk to you all later. Bye.